I'm Barbara Arnold and welcome to this week's episode of TULIPTV. I'm intrigued why flowers in Canada cost so much more than in the Netherlands. So I talked to the growers and to the auction house. And basically it's all a matter of cost comparison between Holland and Canada. The reasons flowers cost more in Canada is because it costs a lot more for the retailer here to get their space. In Holland, most of the flower stores are street vendors, so there's way less cost. There are many other reasons, such as higher taxes in Canada, and in the Netherlands, growers receive subsidies. So all in all, the Canadian consumer just will have to figure out where they can get the cheapest flowers. So look at the street vendors or your corner store. Now go out there and buy some flowers and be like a Dutch person. And here's what's coming up next.
This program is sponsored by Dutch, the full-color English language magazine about the Netherlands and its people, at home and abroad. Canada to Leave is the online community for the Dutch living in Canada and the Canadians living in the Netherlands. Canada to Leave, wherever you live.
No. Looks like an outhouse to me. Yes. What? It's like an outhouse to me. It's a moving outhouse, folks.
It is. Somebody had too many burritos last night in Hangar 13.
Listen to it.
Dag allemaal! Welcome to the Abbotsford Airshow, the 50th. What a great aviation tradition here in the heart of the Fraser Valley. So many people who trace their ancestral roots back to the Netherlands. They're right here in Abbotsford. They've been coming for 50 years. The Consul General is here. Many friends from Holland. Welcome, enjoy yourself, come out to Abbotsford.
Now looks like Bob coming pretty well.
People 5-10 minutes. People 5-10 minutes. Color party! Order!
Here, come away back. Shut up, guys. And they're keeping an eye on the aircraft.
We are here at the Abbotsford Airshow, and this year is a special occasion because it's 50 years, and we are very proud. The Netherlands is participating at the airshow with a DC-10, military DC-10, and that's the reason why we're also having our defense attaché from Ottawa coming over for the occasion. We also will host a reception for the Dutch people. We have many Dutch people here in the Lower Mainlands who build up this part of Canada and are very much involved in the air show. So I look very much forward to the rest of the day, see the show and see what connections we can make with our Canadian friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and welcome to the 50th Annual Abbotsford International Air Show, celebrating half a century of the best that the military and civilian aviation has to offer. I would like to extend a special welcome to all the honored guests and airshow founders, volunteers, performers, and aviation enthusiasts who are here today, and congratulate you on 50 years of excellence in all your hard work this weekend. The spectacular
Wayne Mott, team lead of the Canadian Forces snowbirds. We fly a 9-ship aerobatic formation, and we are more than happy to be at the Abbotsford Airshow for the 50th anniversary of their airshow. It's a fabulous event, and I hope everybody is going to enjoy themselves here today. We start in November. We will change half the team in November, and then we'll work all winter, and then we'll start again come mid-May, and we'll start doing air shows until mid-October.
See the screaming folks? They're now on Ross's
John is the founder of the Abbotsford International Airshow, and he was also the first president of the Abbotsford Flying Club. He started the Flying Club 51 years ago, and he started the airshow 50 years ago. He actually had his own act, How Not to Fly.
All right, well, my name is Adrian Renkers, and I've been a member of the Abbotsford Flying Club for 31 years now. And actually I've been vice president for the past 2 years. It's a very good group. The club owns 3 airplanes, and we've also been involved in the start of the airshow. Our founding member John Spronk also started the Abbotsford International Airshow, and he was also the first president of the Flying Club in 1961. So we just celebrated our 50th anniversary as well. So it's not difficult for us to come here. This is probably our prime show that they would like to attend.
I see. And what's the name again?
These are the Canadian snowbirds.
Canadian snowbirds.
Canadian snowbirds. They fly a made in Canada airplane called the Tudor Jet. Well, I was born and raised in the Netherlands, and I was drafted in the Dutch Army. Did my 18 months of service, and then I decided I wanted to see something else, so I immigrated to Canada in 1967.
And went into Canadian military?
No, not in the Canadian military. No, just the Dutch military. I was drafted. At that time, you had to serve a minimum of 18 months.
I see. And do you go back to Holland from time to time?
I used to go when my kids were young. I used to go about every other year, so my parents could see the kids growing up. But now that they've all grown, I've not been back since 2003.
Wow, that's 11 years.
No, it's actually only 9.
I just want to see if you're listening.
I'm paying attention. My math is good. And you know, one of the highlight of my flying career, I would say, was this morning when I got to take one of our founding members up in one of the club airplanes, and we actually were the first airplane to fly during the air show this morning at 10 after 10.
Oh wow. Yeah, but 10 after 10, probably nobody was here yet.
There were some people there.
With Dutch performance.
That's right.
All right. So behind us is this Galaxy, right?
Yeah, that's the big American machine, the big freighter. So the Mustang and the Spitfire, they have a V12. It's called an inline engine, whereas the Corsair and the Harvard, they all have the big round engines. They're called radial engines.
So this is a Spitfire.
This is the Spitfire, yeah.
And then comes the Mustang.
The Mustang.
So the round engine you were talking about is, for example, the Corsair.
Yeah, the Corsair, the Hawker Sea Fury. We got one on the field of that too.
What about the Messerschmitt?
The Messerschmitt, the ones that were fighting in the Second World War, they also had a V12. They had a Daimler-Benz engine that was a V12. Very similar to the Merlin. Now the gentleman that started our flying club, John Spronk, he flew for Pacific Western Airlines, and he's got something like 8,000 hours on the Hercules. And most of that was flown in the high Arctic on ice and snow runways.
That's the one which is coming right now.
Correct.
So it's a very versatile plane.
Very rugged, very strong. The design is, I don't know how old it is, but it's decades old already.
But new engines.
Yeah, they upgrade the engines, and of course now they got the modern, what they're called scimitar props. They got the really funny bent looking props. Instead of a big wide 4-blade, they got a 6-bladed, which is a very much quieter propeller and also much more efficient.
As you can see, we have the show in the background there with Mount Baker. We're just at the end of the day. The snowbirds have just done their display. It's been really good. And we're all very excited about it. The Flying Club started this show 50 years ago, and we still run many aspects of it. And the Dutch connection, we have about 110 members, and probably at least 25 of those guys are Dutch. Yeah, we have probably 25 Flying Dutchmen. Anyone out there that's interested in flying that can come down here, you're welcome to come.
Do you fly yourself also?
Yes, tomorrow I'll be actually in the club fly past first thing in the morning.
But you guys don't do formation with the small planes?
No, we do a line, no real formation. Yeah.
You know, I mean, specifically the American military involved, I can imagine it's a very bureaucratic way to...
Huge amount of bureaucracy. Yeah. And the rules change every year. We have people who spend hours every day for months on the phone, talking to people, arranging things, rearranging things. They do a great job. Until that actually happens, you don't really know who's going to show up.
Do you get a lot of support by the Canadian military?
Yes, lots of great support, yeah. As you see, the snowbirds are always the last display in the show.
And how come that this time the third country is a Dutch country? Is Holland?
Well, I'm not really sure how that happened. I think it seems as though we simply asked. Somebody, one of our members, Jean Faber, asked the Dutch consulate, hey, could you guys come to the show? And actually Jean asked for your F-16s. And they said, well, we can't bring the F-16s, but we can bring the DC-10 tanker. Good. And the rest is history. So here we are all here. We're in the fly-in section, the camping section for the people who fly. And we've all met the Dutch consul. And they've been very gracious and friendly, and we hope everybody can come again next time.
So are you in a tent also yourself?
No, I live in Abbotsford, so I'll be going home today. Yeah, I have my transport right here.
Thank you.
Very pleased you're here today. I'm going to present you with this Abbotsford Flying Club hat, so you can remember the occasion. I hope you wear it, find occasions to wear it. And you have the 50-year pin. I hope you can come back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a big honor because I understand that you make an exception for me and that it's normally only for members. So
that's right.
I appreciate it very much on behalf of the Netherlands. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Here we are.
Oh, that's a roll. I gotta take another one. Man, I'm so...
And you know how he fuels it up? And I'm not joking. Yeah, I do. He uses the urinal part of the porta potty to fill up the fuel tank. And oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, it's on fire. It is, both out the top and out the back. Folks, that thing has a jet engine in it, a Boeing jet engine from a Navy minesweeper. I don't know what they use those for, but I don't know, but it puts out, are you ready for this, 1,000 horsepower and has a top speed of 72 miles per hour. Last year when Roy and I were down looking at this thing, asking all kinds of stupid questions, like, why is the urinal trough still in here? And Paul looks at us like, what do you mean? I put the fuel in there and it runs into the fuel tank. So you might want to put a cap on that. Oh my gosh, a little more burrito gas being lit off in the back. There he is! There he is! Hey, wave to Paul! Wave to Paul out there in his outhouse. What are you doing in? Oh, I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, don't go there.
No.
This program is sponsored by Dutch, the full-color English language magazine about the Netherlands and its people, at home and abroad.
Hi, my name is Peter Miedema. I came here many years ago in 2003 as a consultant to Vancouver. I had a plan to come here for 3 weeks, but I ended up staying for almost 9 years. And unfortunately I just had to leave the country and go back to the Netherlands. I came here as a consultant and spent 9 years as a CIO working in the shipping industry, both in Vancouver and New York City. I really loved it here, and as a result my 2 daughters are in town doing an internship, both having an internship here in Vancouver, and I'm lucky enough to come by and stay a little bit and have fun before I return to the Netherlands. Yeah, I'm still working in the container business here in Vancouver. I used to run the IT shop for the local container terminal. But it's a typical Dutch business, obviously, having Rotterdam being the largest terminal, actually the largest port in the world. And I'm currently working on the extension of the big port in Rotterdam, where our company helps to deliver the software to run those fully automated terminals. Well, our company here in TSI is called TSI. And later changed the name in Global Container Terminals, and that company leases the terminals from the Port Authority, so we're not working under the authority, we're running the terminals ourselves, and there's a lot of technology involved in those facilities. And back in the Netherlands we actually have a more automated terminal than in Vancouver, so there's even more technologies involved, and I'm happy to help Rotterdam to stay one of the largest and most competitive terminals in the world. Well, Vancouver is definitely a pretty modern type of operation compared to a lot of other countries. However, with the union situation in Vancouver, it's a little bit more challenging to automate as much as we do in Europe, where large parts of the operations are fully automated. But Vancouver definitely is one of the better ports in North America. Yeah, the Vancouver port, just like every port in North America, especially the West Coast, they are obviously heavily unionized, so a lot of the work must be done by the union. Work that in some other place in the world is automated, but nevertheless there's still a fair amount of technology and automation involved here in the ports in Vancouver. But yeah, there's more automation in other parts of the world for sure. Well, unfortunately I had to go back earlier this year in 2012, and starting June 1st I have my new job in Rotterdam, close to where I live, and I started in June 1st and going back and forth now between our headquarters in Oakland in California. It gives me opportunity to stop by in Vancouver now and then, and go back at the end of the week, and hope to be back in Vancouver later this year.
This program is sponsored by Dutch, the full-color English language magazine about the Netherlands and its people, at home and abroad. Canada to Leave is the online community for the Dutch living in Canada and the Canadians living in the Netherlands. Canada to Leave, wherever you live.
Hi, my name is Tom Bijvoet. I'm the editor of Dutch the magazine, and I've been living in Canada now for 13 years. And when I first came to Canada, I had a very interesting conversation with one of my colleagues. He said, you know, there's one thing I don't understand about Americans. And I was interested to hear what that was, because I'd noticed that a lot of Canadians have a lot of opinions on Americans. So I said, well, what's that? And he said, the one thing I don't understand about Americans is why they made their state so small. And I almost lost at that point, because I come from a country that would fit into most American states several times over. And it made me think, though, because the one thing that I really do at times miss living in North America is the short distances of Europe. You know, we go to Paris from Amsterdam for a weekend. You get on the train and you can be there in 3 hours. You take a flight to London from Amsterdam and you're there before you left because of the time difference. You can work a full day on Friday and still go out for dinner in London in the evening. We drive to Italy at the start of our summer vacation. We'd be there in a day in northern Italy, and the second day and you'd be in southern Italy. I really enjoyed that. But on the other hand, one of the beauties of living in North America is the wide open spaces. The fact that it is so quiet here compared to Europe, and that brings a lot of peace of mind and a lot of relaxation. And I think one of the most beautiful things for Europeans to come to America is that more relaxed attitude to life that I think is brought about by the wide spaces, by the fact that you can breathe and stretch your arms and enjoy the quiet of this beautiful continent. This was Tom Bijvoet for Dutch the Magazine and Tulip TV.
Amsterdam visiting the Stedelijk Museum, which is a museum that specializes in modern and contemporary art from all over the world. Hi, we're here at the House of Bowls, and this is the KLM house. Every year, KLM and Bowls release a new house, and inside is the Bowls Geneva.
Hey guys, I'm at the Bowls Bartending Academy. I'm going to teach you a few tricks about bartending bowl style, but first I'm going to learn them because my buddy Sven here, he's going to teach me the ways.
Just the way it is.
What is it, there?
Oh, it's so good.
Guys, in Holland they have a very special way they actually drink their Genever that dates back God knows how far. So what you do is you pour your Genever in a little glass like this, you give it a top so full, it's called a meniscus, kind of rounds out the top of the glass, put your hands behind your back and you have a sip. Ready? Go.
Woo!
This program is sponsored by Dutch, the full-color English language magazine about the Netherlands and its people, at home and abroad.
We hope you liked our program today. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and please tell your friends about us and your family. We solely rely on viewers like you, so if you would like to sponsor us, please go to our website www.tuliptv.com and click on Donate. On behalf of everybody here at Tulip TV, we'd like to thank you for watching us today, and we'll see you again next week. Tot volgende week!